we're taught in the church to love one another, to be Christ-like, and to be forgiving.
You are such a prude.
Okay, I know.
Okay, what's my past?
Yes, I know about your past.
If you're asking,
give it to me.
If you're asking to swing with us, it's a no.
Ephesians 4:32. Be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving each other.
Look me in the eyes, you narcissist. Look at me.
Just as God in Christ also has forgiven you.
She needs help. She needs to go to therapy, and she needs to go be a mom.
Ho, ho, ho! Oh my Joseph Smith, everyone. The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives is back for season 2, and this show is absolute reality TV insanity. I mean, we've got cheating scandals, secret pregnancies, a second secret pregnancy, coup d'etats, and lying about liking your BFF's hair salon business.
You want me to say it?
Oh, absolutely. Say it. What?
Okay, she doesn't think you're good at hair, and she told me not to go to you for hair, and that's why I went to a different salon.
Yeah, this season is unhinged, but it actually is. So for those unaware, The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives follows a group called Mom Talk, led by a woman named Taylor Frankie Paul here. It's basically a bunch of Mormon moms who took social media by storm, and then took it by storm even further when a bunch of their Mormon swinger scandals all came out. And for season 2, there are essentially these main storylines. 1, the reintroduction of Miranda, Taylor's former BFF, who was heavily involved in the swinger scandal but denied it publicly. 2, the reintroduction of Whitney here, who was a villain in season 1 and basically removed herself from the group but now wants back in. 3, the reintroduction of Mom Talk member Jen's husband, who had a huge Chippendales blowout with Jen and now their marriage is on the rocks. 4, a cheating scandal involving Taylor's baby daddy Dakota that Taylor is just about to get to the bottom of. And 5, the absolute crumbling of this friends group that, by the end, nearly destroys Mom Talk entirely and actually possibly still could. And I promise you, at the very least, you're gonna leave this video going,
"That's messy. That's messy."
And I mean at least like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 10 or 20 times, okay? So. To start things off, pretty much every episode revolves around some sort of event or party that Mom Talk's doing, be it a Friendsgiving party or a baby shower or whatever. And at this first event, all of Mom Talk is shocked to see Miranda show up. I mean, they're also surprised when Whitney shows up as well, but Miranda is a bigger deal because she denied so much of that swinger scandal, mostly to protect herself and her marriage. Because you see, Miranda was married to a man named Chase, and Chase was involved in the swinging with Taylor. Chase then caught romantic feelings for Taylor, like more than just swinging feelings, like actual I wanna be with you feelings, and well, the whole thing blew up, including their marriage. So now Miranda is here. And this starts the first little kernel of chaos within Mom Talk, because it plants the seed of doubt and suspicion. Because even though Miranda's come around a lot on the things she claimed didn't happen, she's still also saying that she wasn't really a part of that swinging stuff, and a lot of what Taylor's still saying is a lie. Which gets another member of Mom Talk here very interested, and this is Jessie, or Messy Jessie as I called her from like episode 2 onward, as she's now ready to put on her detective cap and investigate what's really going on. But alright, before we go further with that, let's come back to Taylor here, who at this moment is dealing with a different cheating scandal. Because amidst all that swinger scandal, after Taylor left her then husband, she met Dakota here. And Dakota, around when he started dating Taylor, cheated on Taylor with a girl named Jenna, who Taylor is about to meet. And here, Jenna brings all the receipts. Like, Taylor's going, "What did you do on August 4th? What did you do at this hour? He told me you initiated everything because you were so desperate," but Jenna just pops the receipts and things don't match up.
We did a little bit more than just making out. I feel like we just probably did maybe hand stuff. I don't even think I would have done it to him though, because being raised Mormon.
And he's saying, "Thank you for letting me crash at your house," and he came over that night to my house and spent the night and f***ed me.
And now we begin the wild ride, folks.
I said, "Are you dating Taylor?" And he told me no, it's just for clout, and she's just helping me build my social media.
You're so strong.
I loved him.
Oh yeah, this is the first of many scenes that had me going, oh god.
I feel like maybe I shouldn't be here.
So Dakota is cooked. He knows it and basically says he lied because he knew if it came out, all this stuff would hurt Taylor. Although at this point, he still maintains that he had only seen Taylor like a couple of times, even though they did make like a hard launch post. I don't know. Either way, they're not married, but they do have a baby together, so that's not messy at all.
That's messy. That's messy.
But wait till you meet Taylor's parents, because they're of the Mormon ilk that believe you have to stick by your person no matter what, even if that person also stuck to this woman and that woman and into that person. And dad red flag number 1 comes out when he invites Dakota to a family barbecue like this.
Are you gonna be here?
Yeah, Jeremy, I'll be there.
You better.
Okay, so how's that for your typical Mormon stereotype, huh? Anyway, this barbecue goes to spooky Mormon hell real quick, as Taylor's family starts to vehemently defend Dakota. Like her own brother says, I don't know, Taylor, it sounds like he's trying to work on this relationship, and you're not. As if she didn't just tell them all that he cheated on her.
He goes, and Taylor, you're pretty much the only girl I'm seeing. You come over the next night, me, and then you go and you hang out with another girl, and then he comes the next night and me.
You're sitting there telling me that he came over and had sex with you? What does that say about you?
Whoa, this is your daughter. The dude was playing her, she's at one of her lowest points ever, and this is your response?
Human trash.
So apart from Taylor's sister here, who says y'all need to separate, the whole family is a piece of work, cause Taylor comes out going,
and when you hear your parents say that, like, why were you expecting to be respected? It, like, hurts.
I was at my lowest. Let me finish.
And after seeing and hearing this, Taylor's folks still come back with,
give an inch so he could walk a mile. Just give 2 inches of sacrifice.
Alright, does this man not know that that saying is a bad thing? Give him an inch and he'll walk a mile? Does he think that means something good? Oh, and this goes from toxic to both toxic and depressing real quick when you realize their baby is right there, and someone has to come and take the baby out of the room while they all scream. So yeah, Taylor's in a pretty messed up place around the same time that Jessie here decides to have a Halloween party, and you know what? She's so curious about what really happened with Miranda and Taylor, so...
Miranda's ex-husband Chase is dating my friend, so not only am I going to invite him, I invited Miranda too.
Oh, messy Jessie. No. But apparently having Miranda's ex-husband there, who said he was in love with Taylor, is not enough for Jessie in this dramaganza to come. Cause another storyline in Mom Talk is the marriage of Jen and Zach Affleck, who maybe kinda or maybe not is Ben Affleck's cousin, or something. Long story short, they had a blow-up fight because last season the girls went to a Chippendales show in Vegas. He was super upset about it, and they're in a very rocky place, but they have children, and he gets a haircut and begs to come back, so, you know, there's a possibility there. And Jessie thinks, you know what, this is the perfect time to come in and decide to surprise Jen with a Chippendales dance from her husband and another husband, the husband of Demi here. Plus, they're also going to fly in a real Chippendales dancer to be a part of it too. So we now have this insane Halloween party where Jen and Zach show up, and by the way, Jessie and her partner are dressed up as J-Lo and Ben Affleck, which seems very pointed at Jen and Zach. And while they're planning this Chippendales thing, we also now have Taylor, Miranda, Dakota, and Chase and his girlfriend there as well. And also, Hakeem! Hakeem from The Bachelor is there, the man who nearly passed out watching the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 1 trailer, and I think I'm in a fever dream. And well, of course, there's a huge blowout with Taylor, Dakota, and Chase, as Taylor's in a wildly sensitive place, but also Dakota latches on to Chase and starts agreeing with him about a whole bunch of stuff, probably because it helps him feel validated, leading to everything tipping over when Taylor openly says, yeah, back then when the scandal was about to happen, I told Chase I had a sex dream about him, but that doesn't mean I was romantically into him. And then Chase goes,
what did you tell me at the gym?
What did I tell you at the gym?
Yeah, what did you tell me at the gym?
I said that I also had a sex dream.
We're not doing truth for truth then. There you go. Look at him. You can tell him lying.
Did you?
Which Taylor calls a lie because what he actually told her was that he had real feelings for her, not just a way rolled back conversation saying he too had a sex dream about her. And Taylor erupts, partly because she's also hurt that Dakota has just sided with Chase.
Talk to him if I want.
you, Dakota. You can talk to whoever you want. Just you.
Yeah, go talk shit on your podcast, Chase.
Don't make fun of my podcast.
All the while, Chase's girlfriend is in tears and Mom Talk Demi comes in to tell him to go grab his girl, so he walks by saying,
Where's your husband?
He's upstairs. Don't touch me again.
And he touches her. He pokes her belly area, which happens to be a big puffed out cereal costume. But Demi takes great exception to that and yells for her husband, one of the guys doing the Chippendales dance for Jen. So Brett dashes out to puff up his shirtless chest on Chase, while Hakeem, for some reason, is getting in between all this, and Jesse's husband comes in yelling,
Take ownership! You bullshit! Take ownership right now!
And then the cops come, where the only way Jesse can try to describe what's happening is by saying,
Have you watched Secret Life of Mormon? No.
Because if you have, this'll make the explanation so much easier. Anyway, once the fuzz leave, Jesse has Jen sit down for her and surprises her with that Chippendales dance, which Zach is fuming over. Not entirely because of the dance itself, as he's trying to show growth for Jen and their marriage, but because this all feels like a joke at their expense. All the while, Jesse says that this could be closure for their whole issue, which is kind of wild to think that you can just come in and do that for someone else's marriage without telling them. Except, no, she kinda did tell them. Well, she didn't tell Zach, but she did tell Jen, who was like,
Brett is gonna come in like normal costume, rip it off into like a Chippendales.
I love that.
However, Jen is now backtracking on all this because Zach is now really upset. And in an attempt to try and be cool with all the mom talk friends and dads, he sits down with them, but it's here that they discover that Jen wasn't entirely truthful when she told them that Zach first gambled away the money he got from med school, or that he's even Ben Affleck's cousin, which he says he's not sure if he is or if he isn't, and so he's asked Jen not to tell people that. Oh, and the cherry on top of all of this is that right at this moment,
Yep, I'm pregnant.
leaving me in a whirlwind with half my brain watching this show like,
What the hell is going on here?
and the other rotted half of my brain going,
I love it! Come on!
So now everyone is side-eyeing Jen because they're feeling like there are a lot of half-truths floating around her. Meanwhile, Jesse's sort of given up on her quest to get to the bottom of the Miranda and Taylor situation as those two squash their beef, but Taylor does list off all the things Miranda did.
Sex in the shower with our husbands all together. Sex in the same bed at the same time. Blindfold each other. And you would have to guess which husband you were kissing.
And Miranda's like, hey, if that makes me a swinger, then put me on a playground. But now the group really begins to erode, and it's kind of comical how much these ladies are like swingers, but more like frenemy swingers, in that they interchange who their best friend is and who they hate amongst the group like every episode. For example, Macy here throws a party to celebrate that she got a book deal, where, by the way, Demi over here, not happy for her. Not happy at all. Not happy for her friend, clearly pissed and jealous. But here, in true mom talk messy fashion, she asks everyone to bear all in an anonymous confession like she's gonna bear all in her book and blah 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 blah. However, things get real awkward when someone comes out with this.
I think Jen is fake.
Now this was written by Layla here, but Jen doesn't blame Layla. She thinks Layla's just trying to fit in with Jesse and Demi, who are the real mean girls behind the anti-Jen sentiment. So Jen and Jesse sit down to go over all their beef, and it's one of those sit downs where each person thinks the other is about to eat crow and have to apologize. So when they discover that the other person thinks it's them who's in the wrong, we get another blowout.
You literally gaslight everyone saying that I had consent over everything that happened, which is not true.
Jordan and this random male stripper to be grinding up on me and touching me. Performer, there's a difference.
Finally someone standing up for the rights of Chippendale dancers. Oh, and all the while this poor server is there just trying to do her job while these two start a screaming match, and it's, well, a thing of reality TV, I was gonna say beauty, but this is far from beautiful.
So that I gave consent.
Jen thought it was funny.
Your husband to rub his little dick
Jen,
on me?
he didn't rub his dick on you. He had pants on.
Okay, she corrected her on the pants thing, but I just want to note, no denial on the little dick part. So basically, everyone hates someone in this group. Like Whitney and Michaela also have a sit down as Whitney wants to squash their beef, but Michaela absolutely hates Whitney, and it won't surprise you to know that these two were also at one point BFFs. So Michaela comes up with a safe word to tell Macy over the phone in case she needs a quick exit from the sit down. Problem is, she muted her phone, so Macy can't hear a thing.
At this point, it's kind of like a sisterhood that we've created. It just puts a tricky dynamic on like our sisterhood moving forward with like mom talk and that sisterhood there.
And we then get out to our next event, which is a post-baby shower for Whitney. Now, Demi and a few of the other crew decide to have a hibachi dinner night instead of going to support Whitney because...
I mean, support what? The baby's here.
So things are even more divided, which leaves room for Jen to come in and talk about some tea about Demi. Tea that involves a girls' trip they did in a crossover episode with Vanderpump Villa, where there she says a server named Marciano, who's a cast member from that show, was getting all up in Demi's business. Plus, Macy brings up that she got an anonymous tip for this Sinner Sunday anonymous confession thing that she does online, and someone said that during that time while Demi was away, they had slept with Demi's husband, Brett. All the while, I'm just engorged on all this tea like a little goblin going... Oh, and there's also another girls' trip planned, cause Macy's co-hosting a celebrity pickleball thing because of course she is. And it's here where Jessie brings out another truth box because that always seems to be a good idea.
We all agreed that it was a shit show last time, but they shouldn't be surprised that I'm doing this because I love instigating drama.
Messy Jessie at it again. But really she says she did this cause she was hoping Jen would be there, who's not there now cause she's pregnant. So instead, we get questions like...
Jessie, is Jordan's dick really tiny like Jen said?
And you just know she pulls out a doctored photo to prove them all wrong and save her man's ego on TV.
Jessie, that's not blurred out. You can see the damn tip.
However, this is also where the first mention of Demi's husband's cheating comes in, which does get swept aside by Demi for now. But essentially, the other big part of this girls' trip is Whitney trying to get a vote to come back into Mom Talk. A vote that tanks because Michaela flat out hates her and says that everyone in the room could point out a time where Whitney hasn't taken accountability, leading Whitney to go...
I think everyone can go down the table and tell you one.
Case, let's f***ing do it. Go ahead, Macy.
Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live! Thing sucks!
So Whitney now goes, you know what, I'm just gonna stir everything up by bringing back a bit of mom talk drama from the contract negotiations for season 2, and maybe that will divert attention away from me. And this drama involves Demi, where after season 1, she was feeling like a fan favorite, and was very open to taking a big pay raise at the expense of cutting Jessie from the show. Jessie, by the way, is her best friend. But this is also a sore spot for Taylor.
I've also been told that you think you deserve the biggest brand deals, and I'm curious to why you think you deserve that.
I never said that one time. I heard that too. I heard that too. I actually heard that too.
Oh, Whitnifer, you absolute demon stirring that pot. So this is step 1 of the mega feud ahead with Demi and Taylor. The next step is when Taylor gets invited to the CMAs. None of them respond to her public post, which is like mom talk sacrilege. However, instead of going to her friends and saying, that hurt me, what's up, Taylor naturally makes a public post about it, and a bunch of her followers hop on to the other ladies' accounts with messages calling them bad friends and worse. Taylor then apparently sent them a private apology, which is kind of weird considering her issue was with them doing things privately and not publicly, but Demi goes on the warpath, sending a wall of text condemning Taylor. And this is going to be the through line for the last couple of episodes. Demi basically wanting Taylor out of mom talk, and Taylor being pissed because Layla here showed Taylor all of Demi's private group messages, basically bashing Taylor. So Taylor, she goes for the throat, or rather, I should say, the hair, as she reveals that Demi told her she shouldn't go to get her hair done at Jessie's, her best friend's, hair salon.
I literally had my hair done one time by them. I didn't know how they were.
But were you happy with that one time?
I don't remember.
Ooh, damn. That is a stinger. I mean, even as a dude watching this right now, I know that's total BS. But hey, this is Demi, the lady that was jealous of her friend Macy's success, so I'm not completely surprised on this one. Now Demi comes out and says, well, what about all the stuff you said behind Dakota's back? And at this point, Taylor is just fine with Dakota. Like, they have said they're taking some distance from each other, but the whole time they're actually just having sex with each other, and I'm just sitting over here like,
That's messy. That's messy.
But they're still fine, so Taylor's going, yeah, bring him over, which kind of catches Demi off guard, so she goes,
I'm gonna protect your ever in this situation.
And for Taylor, that crosses the line. Bringing her kid into it is too much. So Taylor decides not to go to this next girls' trip to New Orleans, which means it's the perfect opportunity for Demi to canvass for the removal of Taylor from Mom Talk. However, people are starting to get real uncomfortable with Demi. Like, for example, this whole time Jen has removed herself from the show as she's battling mental health issues amidst all this drama and the pregnancy stuff, and so at this point she sends a video in tears apologizing to the group, saying she knows she's hurt people and she's stepping back a bit for the health of her baby and herself. And in response, Demi just goes,
I have a hard time with someone who's sitting there being like, I've been working on myself, I've been coming so far. Things change though, like in a week and a half, they can. I don't know that I totally buy it.
Okay, just a tad heartless there. So now, pretty much at this point, every time Demi opens her mouth, I'm like,
A little bit manipulative and a little bit cowardly still. Like, I understand you're going through a hard time.
Everything that just came out of your mouth is basic nonsense. Good day.
But unlike Demi, I'm not heartless, or at least not as heartless. So when Layla comes in and goes,
We're gonna play pregnancy roulette.
I was like,
Oh no.
And this is a horrid idea for many reasons. The first of which is pregnancy roulette? Hello? But I honestly wonder if production put her up to this because, first of all, Demi has had fertility issues and has been trying to get pregnant for 4 years, so wildly insensitive. But also, 2 other women here are secretly pregnant. Yeah. On top of the other pregnancy we've heard about this season. Macy has been going through IVF and just found out she's pregnant, but it's early days, so she doesn't want to make an announcement until it's safer to do so. And also Michaela is pregnant, who only told Macy and is just a couple of weeks ahead of her. But when not 1, but 2 positive tests come out, and Demi's like,
Guys! This is actually really sad for her if it's not.
Who's gonna say no?
I mean, this is cruel. Because these tests were all done anonymously, and now she's in tears asking people to tell her who's pregnant so as to not give her false hope. But that also puts Macy and Michaela in awkward positions as it would force them to reveal their pregnancy early and also turn something that was supposed to be an exciting announcement into, well, this mess. So the finale for season 2 eventually culminates in 2 events. Demi's Christmas party where Taylor is not invited, and a Mom Talk vote on if they want to invite Miranda and Whitney into the group permanently. And you don't need a crystal ball to predict that another blow-up is headed our way at this Christmas party, as Leanne, Taylor's mom, arrives to drop off a gift like it's a horse head under your blanket in The Godfather.
Oh my God! Did you give this to her?
Wait, is there a card?
What the It's gotta be because of the whole, like,
It is because of the
hair thing. Oh my God.
Leanne also sits down with Demi to go over all the drama and says that Taylor right now is at her lowest, so she needs help from her friends. After all, she's a single mom, which gets Demi going.
I hope you understood, and I've been a single mom as well.
He was a single mom for a month.
But I mean, Demi's not interested in anything other than Taylor slander at this point, so I don't know what we're expecting here. Still, that doesn't stop Demi from absolutely reaming out Taylor's mom.
Welcome to the real world, Taylor. This sucked for us too. She needs help, she needs to go to therapy, and she needs to go be a mom.
Which is the perfect cue for Santa's arrival. I just hope he's not actually a Chippendales dancer in disguise. But finally we reach the end of this mess, which actually is not the end of this mess at all, it's just the end of the season, where here the group votes to keep Miranda on as a trial member, but then elects Whitney to full-blown member once again. However, with that out of the way, it's time for Taylor to bring up Demi's desire to vote Taylor out. And in the ensuing argument, it quickly becomes clear to Demi that she's the only one who has beef with Taylor. So she gets pretty upset. Bachelorette.
If I was watching someone treat my friend and talk to, knowing the type of person I am and the type of friend I've been to all of you, I would be fighting to the death, defending each and every single one of you.
I don't even know one thing. I didn't even say one thing, and then she asked me the whole thing, and I didn't even do it once.
Okay, can I say, I'm not sure what Demi was expecting here. I mean, Taylor made Mom Talk. Taylor is also the reason all these women have this big following. It also doesn't take a business degree to understand that losing Taylor would be bad for all of them. Like, if Taylor left, they'd probably lose a lot more following than if Demi left. Still, all this protesting from Demi gets Layla over here questioning things, cause Taylor then brings up all the stuff that Demi's done, like with Jen and that Italy trip, and Demi starts to kind of stumble over her words at this moment.
She lied about what happened in Italy.
What was the lie? I'm curious.
She said to...
Here you are stuttering. Go ahead.
And now, Layla's wondering if something more went on in Italy. So this time, it's Layla, not Jessie, putting on her investigator's cap as she invites Marciano over to get to the bottom of this. And Marciano reveals, oh, he was into Demi, but Demi turned him down. However...
It's not even just to me.
With Jessie?
Allegedly, it was Jesse from the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives making out in public with this guy.
If I was like dumb enough to do that, I wouldn't do it in public.
Yeah, it wasn't Demi he hooked up with, it was messy Jessie. That is, of course, if we're believing everything Marciano says. And we're not just talking about flirting or making out.
It's not just like a one-time hookup thing.
You guys
It's not like this was just some freaking one-night stand.
No, it's a full-blown affair.
Oh, those secret lives of those Mormon wives. The Bachelor people have done something, and it's something big. We have a new Bachelorette on the way, and it's not someone from the latest season, not even someone from a past season or any part of this franchise. Nope.
Taylor, Frankie, Paul, welcome to Call Her Daddy.
Thank you.
I think let's just get right into it.
Okay.
You are on Call Her Daddy, so we can officially announce that you are this season's Bachelorette.
You did. You crazy son of a bitch, you did.
Oh, this season is going to be chaos. And just for a bit of context, this is Taylor, Frankie, Paul of Mom Talk Secret Lives of Mormon Wives fame. And if you want to know how Hometowns is gonna go, take a look.
You're sitting there telling me that he came over and had sex with you? What does that say about you?
And when you hear your parents say that, like, why were you expecting to be respected? It, like, hurts.
Finish.
I was at my lowest.
Let me finish.
Lied.
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
So literally yesterday, I posted a video about the latest season of Bachelor in Paradise and how the franchise needs a jolt of life. And with this, boy did they just zap it with 2,000 volts of reality TV chaos. As Taylor, Frankie, Paul was officially announced this morning as the next Bachelorette on the Call Her Daddy podcast. Link to that in the description if you want to watch the full interview. And if you have no idea who I'm talking about, don't worry, I got you. There's a full recap of the latest season of Secret Lives of Mormon Wives on my channel to catch you up, featuring none other than the Bachelor Crashout King, Hakeem himself, who's tied up in a little conspiracy I have at the end of the video. Now, whatever you know about Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and Mom Talk, this is going to be a controversial pick for some, because whether or not you feel this is the right fit or the right fit for her, because let's be honest, Taylor needs some stability in her love life, and this franchise's success rate is not the greatest. Not to mention, this woman has 3 children and 2 baby daddies. But whatever you feel, this is obviously a huge ratings stunt, which I don't necessarily think is a bad thing. This is going to drive interest into the show not just from viewers, but from applicants. And yes, that will also bring in some clout chasers, nothing new for the franchise, but I'm hoping that a larger interest in joining the show will result in a better selection of potential suitors, and ultimately greater potential for the season overall. Cause a lead can only carry so much. The best seasons from this franchise are also carried by the cast. So, when I heard the announcement, I was going... And not because of any personal fan connection I have to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, but because it's like we're seeing a pulse on the franchise now. Doesn't mean it won't still flatline, but something is happening. Something is happening. Something buzzworthy. Something to talk about. There's potential. And the drama is gonna be guaranteed.
Talk to him if I want.
You, Dakota. You can talk to whoever you want. Just you.
Yeah, go talk shit on your podcast, Chase. Don't make fun of my podcast.
Now, I also think this is great marketing for ABC, Hulu, Disney, The Bachelor, and The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives. Cause it just so happens that we have a new season of The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives coming out in November, which will now also have more buzz. And then, who knows when this season will air? I'm sure we'll find out officially very soon, but will this replace the Bachelor time slot coming up in January? Or will it air in its usual spot in the early summer? The Call Her Daddy podcast did seem to indicate that this announcement has come instead of a Bachelor announcement that was expected.
I think people are going to be so shocked and surprised for multiple reasons. First being that this was supposed to be the season of The Bachelor. Like, there is supposed to be a man that's sitting there right now that I'm announcing, and instead, it's you. I am so excited to watch the season of The Bachelorette. I am so happy. Sorry if anyone was looking forward to it. I'm happy it's not a guy.
Also, it's around this time that The Bachelor needs to be announced and then usually begins filming. So by that logic, I'm guessing we'll be seeing a January Bachelorette. Or whatever the case, this will take up The Bachelor's regular spot. I might be completely wrong on this and we'll get a different announcement shortly, but it would be pretty underwhelming to also announce a new Bachelor right after this and then immediately go into filming and then rush into Taylor's season. Like, if they wanted to do this season next summer or in May or something, why not announce it after or even right before The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 3 in November? No, you have to announce it now because if they start filming soon, leaks from people seeing her and the crew filming intro packages and group dates will no doubt start flooding the internet and the cat will be out of the bag. So they announce it now. And I, for one, am ready for a wild ride. I mean, the announcement is only a few hours fresh, and there's already a whole lot of speculation and talk about what's going on. Because apparently Taylor had this soft launch for a guy recently, but that's gotta be over. Now, Taylor does talk about it during the Call Her Daddy announcement, saying there were no labels there, and nothing official. She even told him about The Bachelorette, where he said, "Cool, good luck, I hope you find someone. If you don't, maybe I'll be here after the show's done."
I was like, would you ever do it? The next time he came, I was like, would you ever do that? Come on in. He's like, I don't really want to date on like reality TV. Like, he's just like a good soul. And for me, all my friends were like, green flag.
Okay, I can't help but be like, why do I want him to like come halfway through and crash the season and show up?
Y'all, we're already talking about people crashing the season and it's not even started filming yet. So now the wheels are turning in my head. Are we going to see people from Mom Talk or The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives as contestants? Are there going to be other high-profile people as contestants? Will ABC crack down to ensure it's only lesser knowns? Will her on and off again man and dad to her son ever Dakota come on? Well, apparently not, as the two are officially off, which we'll learn more about in the next season of Secret Lives. Oh, and of course, how could I forget, what percentage of the cast will be Mormon?
So, confirming, does he need to be Mormon?
No.
Have you told your family that?
Yes, I preferably not.
Okay.
I mean, I'd be open to Mormons. I'm obviously, because I'm Mormon, but like, he doesn't have to be.
But another thing that I think is a good sign for the franchise as a whole is that ABC obviously dished out the money to do this. I've seen far too many articles or postings about behind-the-scenes big names, at least in terms of reality TV, being passed on or moving on from potentially being the lead cause the show wouldn't budge on the contract. I imagine Taylor's going to be getting quite a bit more than Grant or Jen got, and likely her leash on what she can and can't do is going to be far greater than many of the other recent leads. And that might mean other potential future leads will go, hey, if she can get that, so can I. And this is a conversation I've been having on the channel for a while now. It might finally start to happen, with the show taking care of its leads. Because the drama is going to come regardless, certainly with Taylor, Frankie, Paul.
He's saying, thank you for letting me crash at your house, and he came over that night to my house and spent the night and me.
You're so strong.
But if you take care of the lead, more people will want to be the lead. So yes, there's controversy here, multiple controversies tied to Taylor, Frankie, Paul, and all the Mom Talk drama, but I guess that's nothing new for this franchise. And Taylor finishes off the Call Her Daddy podcast saying this.
If you don't know me, maybe just like a fair shot at maybe what you've heard about me, you've seen maybe, yeah, just a fair shot as anyone else. And I am learning as anyone else, and I've more self-aware.
But whatever your thoughts, this is certainly going to put eyes on the franchise, which might then bring us more exciting seasons to come, which I have been craving. No offense, but with a few exceptions, we've had a lot of duds in the past few years. And, to put on my conspiracy cap, it might all be thanks to this man. Yes, roaming the background of the Secret Mormon lives like some found footage of Bigfoot, it's Hakeem from Gen Season, the overreact king who responded to the Secret Lives of Mormon Wives trailer like this, and more recently went on Bachelor in Paradise and immediately got eliminated for overreacting like this.
How was your relationship with your parents? You a baddie? You're hot? Got nice hair? It just sucks, bro. Like, what the You truly are crushing it. You're doing great. You're doing everything right. I don't even know her like that. Yeah, like, why, bro? What's your love language? We'll all work out. Hello, hallelujah.
But crash out or not, this man has connected these two shows, which yes, are all owned by Disney, but it's him. He's the one who started the butterfly effect that led to all of this. If this franchise really comes back, this just might be the man who saved it all. Get him hosting a group date ASAP. Ultimately though, the last thing I want to say is, what's going on with the influx of Mormons on reality TV? I mean, Secret Lives, Latia on The Bachelor, that virgin dating show Are You My First? It's like 2025, and now 2026 apparently is the year of... Well everyone, one of the most ridiculous and drama-fueled reality TV shows is back.
We did not have sex. But he told me that you came at him, that you, the first second you saw him, you like wrapped your legs around him and you literally said the words like that you manipulated him.
We're back! Yeah! The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 3 is here, featuring our next Bachelorette, Taylor Frankie Paul, who by the way is currently filming her season and forcing Jesse Palmer to do TikTok dances. Oh yeah, twerk it girl. I'm talking about Jesse Palmer by the way. But yes, Secret Lives has returned and it just about immediately gets wild. So if you're not familiar with the show, this whole thing falls around a group of women called Mom Talk. Basically a bunch of Mormon influencers who got into a big sex scandal and now are on TV. And where things left off last season, by the way, be sure to check out my previous video on that for the full details, but to sum up, Taylor here is the leader of Mom Talk. However, there was an attempted coup by Demi that failed and now everyone hates Demi. Also, people thought Demi was having an affair with a guy named Marciano from the show Vanderpump Villa, but turns out he's now saying the affair was actually with Jesse here. Oh, and also, like, half the cast is pregnant. Macy here, pregnant. Michaela here, pregnant. Jen here, pregnant. Pretty much everyone
is pregnant!
But okay, if you're in a daze trying to keep track of all these Mormfluencers from Utah, don't worry. I'll try to keep things focused on the main plot points. Plus, I'll be cutting this season in half and doing 2 videos, as that's all I can fit into my schedule right now. So really, all you need to focus on is the cheating scandal stuff. And as the season begins, it's a pretty bad time for a huge Mom Talk scandal to come crashing into the group, as the Mom Talk Council of Master Influencers has shattered since last season. I mean, there are like 4 left right now, cause Taylor's taking time off to go on a therapy retreat, Jen here is also on a break and currently living in Arizona, Madison here is not in Mom Talk right now, she's awaiting a vote from the rest of the group to see if she's actually going to be in, and Whitney here, well, she was a villain in season 1 and was trying to get back in with Mom Talk in season 2, but since has left the show due to a contract dispute.
Whitney apparently didn't want more money. She wanted tickets to the Oscars and a scripted role in another TV show.
Ah, interesting demands. Needless to say, she's now no longer a part of the show. Instead, she's jumped ship with supervillain Demi, who also didn't get a new contract as she wanted 3 times more money than everyone else, allegedly, and that didn't happen. one. So yeah, the gang is fractured. And now Layla here has to come in with the news about Jesse having an affair looming over her head. But she's decided that she wants to talk to Jesse first. After all, this is a huge deal that could tear a family apart. So okay, all through this season and all through the other seasons, there are these influencer events that they all go to, and at this first one, Layla pulls Jesse aside to drop the news.
So I met with Marciano, and he told me that you guys have been having an affair the past couple months.
Well, Jesse starts to break down and says it's true. The two kissed twice and had an emotional affair. But her husband Jordan knows all about it, and they've been trying to work through it quietly without all the noise from outside their marriage. However, Layla goes, Marciano didn't say you guys just kissed. No.
Are you kidding me? He said we had sex?
Yes.
Oh my f***ing hell, I can't.
So Jesse denies this, and the two decide it's a good idea to call Marciano, who explains why he thinks they had sex. And oh, this is only 15 minutes into episode 1, and it's already getting weird.
I remember I took a Cialis, and I remember I had my shorts. Okay, whatever you say.
Okay, so I had to censor that part out because sometimes the YouTube bot is really aggressive with what they'll allow, especially when it comes to content like that. But if you want to know what he told Jesse and Layla, well, essentially he said,
I have arrived
in my pants.
And when he said that, I was like, huh? Did the man not remember or something? Did he black out? He just woke up with the Cialis missing from his medicine cabinet and some sticky shorts and went, I can put 2 and 2 together. Well, Jesse is now determined to prove her innocence, and this is the driving force of the first half of the season. I mean, they do hit up a bunch of events and there are some side quests here and there, but this scandal is the main thing, at least for right now. So first up, Jesse now has to break the news to pretty much everyone, as this is about to get out there, and that includes telling her husband Jordan here that, well,
honey, you've got a big storm coming.
Then it's time to tell her friends Michaela and Macy, and gosh, Michaela seems so sad to learn that her friend is wrapped in a dramatic cheating scandal that could ruin her life.
I still just don't have words. Don't have words.
Plus, 5 seconds after they leave, these two immediately get to gossiping.
Well, I'm like, I was with her the whole time in the actual villa.
She's really good at acting like nothing's wrong.
She did leave a lot to get pretzels and a Coke. She was like, I'm gonna get pretzels. I'm gonna go get a Coke.
She's like, I'm gonna shit.
And I was like, I know you're not eating that much.
And then even Demi finds out and starts texting people asking to talk. So the group is even more on edge because they think there's a mole amongst them feeding information to Demi. All the while, Jesse's husband Jordan is spiraling, cause everyone, and I mean everyone, at least in the mom talk world, is gossiping about them now, and Jesse's still going to these events and engaging in drama while Jordan feels like she should be focusing on keeping their marriage afloat. So he storms out of one of these events and the two have a fight where they ultimately decide that they're going to separate, or at least have a 90-day trial separation, which is probably not going to go well considering the first event that they have together since making this decision. Jessie shows up to tell the other ladies that she's got some receipts. Receipts which are her texts with Marciano.
And he said, well, no, haha, but you are my sugar mama. I can't stop thinking about your vagina. I up and want redemption.
Ew, what a nasty ass human.
So Jessie feels like all of this proves that they didn't go the full distance, cause if they did, Marciano would have known all about her more private details.
The real question is, do you think you can handle me? And I said, I'm not sure. I want to find out. I hate myself. He said, so you think you're ready to dive into the deep end? And I said, well, what do you mean by that? He said, I would be lying if I said I wasn't curious about your recent surgery as well. I definitely want to try it out.
And all while this is happening, Jordan is just over there. He's right nearby, within earshot. Not to mention, all the other women are forced to listen to this stuff, which they absolutely do not want to hear. Still, this does add a great deal of reasonable doubt to whether or not Marciano was telling the truth. And Macy here decides that she's gonna get down to the bottom of it. And so, she goes with Michaela to meet up with Marciano and hear directly from him. And first, they actually press him on his time with Demi. Cause if you missed it from last season, this whole affair happened while a bunch of them were on a trip to Italy, and Demi was also there. And most people thought it was Demi who might have cheated with Marciano, and lo and behold...
Did you guys kiss? You and Demi?
Alright, good. It happened.
Marciano says he kissed Demi as well, and that no, he didn't have sex with Jesse, he was just pressured into saying he did.
So did Demi tell you to say that you slept with Jesse, since you're saying she told you what to say to Layla?
Yeah.
Well, well, well.
The plot thickens.
I was like, dude, I don't feel good about this. And she's like, no, like you need to double down.
So Marciano says he was mad at Jesse and Demi was promising to bring him on the show with her, but now not even she is on the show. And yeah, these two rush to call Jesse and Layla and tell them all about the news, and they're freaking out going, wow, Demi was doing that to her once best friend? The audacity of it all, especially after she called out Taylor last season like...
If I was watching someone treat my friend and talk to, knowing the type of person I am, I would be defending each and every single one of you.
But right, there is of course yet another influencer event, and this time the group is mortified to learn that Demi just flew in on her broomstick. Oh, and Layla here was one of the few people still kinda cool with Demi, but now, nope, she's giving Demi the stink eye going,
I know what you did last summer.
What the hell?
When she said
what are you doing? I don't... You don't what? Why are you being so bitchy to me right now, though? Instead of having a cordial conversation as my friend?
So Layla tells Demi about what Marciano said, and Demi pulls out her phone with the receipts from Marciano's texts, all the while Layla's going, I have seen way too many text messages from Marciano in these past 2 days. But Demi goes, look here, I told him not to go through with it, which... okay, is still kind of incriminating cause that just means you were planning to go through with it at one point and you backtracked at the end. Or you just said that to cover up your tracks. Anyway, they call Jesse and Jesse hangs up the moment she hears Demi's voice, so Demi starts going,
okay, I'm gonna go do a live actually and tell everyone about Jesse.
No, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not.
Tell her.
Demi, shut the up. No, you're not. Demi, what the
But then the producers rush in and shut that down real quick, cause apparently Demi signed an NDA. Alright though, at this point, Taylor comes back from her retreat and learns all about the drama. Oh yes, and everyone was trying to suss out that mole, and they were all pointing at Miranda over here like...
Mole. Mole, 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 mole.
Cause she was still in contact with Demi, but after this latest news and how Demi reacted at the last event, Miranda is also done with Demi, so everyone's going, cool, you're back in Mom Talk, the vote is now official. And hey, look, that Mom Talk graphic is starting to fill back up again. Nature is healing. But of course, this calm isn't gonna last long, as Jessie decides she needs to talk to Marciano once again to gather further proof. Cause, you know, she fears Demi could be on the warpath now.
I know it sounds crazy, but I want both of us to take a lie detector test since Demi's still running her mouth.
If Jordan isn't aware, I think that'd be really on his end purple because it's so fresh.
For sure.
And we're now at the take a lie detector test level of crazy. So most everyone is thinking that this is a bad idea. I mean, Taylor's going, this man has proven to be a liar who's willing to ruin your life. Why are we bringing him back in? Plus, this could piss off Jordan. And when Taylor Frankie Paul is the sanest voice of reason in the group, you know things have really gotten out of hand. But okay, Jesse meets with Marciano and the man arrives with flowers. flowers for her. And I'll be honest, at this point, I really couldn't focus on this scene as it was happening because I was just amazed that Marciano was able to coordinate outfits with the couch that they're sitting on. Ultimately though, Marciano agrees to take the lie detector test for Jesse, but it takes about an hour or two to get the results, so Jesse, again, brilliantly decides to invite Marciano to come have dinner while they wait for the results. And the vibe here is just, ugh.
What are you thinking?
I'm just staring at how beautiful you are.
Oh my god. Okay.
I haven't seen you.
Okay, Jesse, I think it's probably time to leave at this point. But no, Jesse continues on, even asking Marciano to describe how passionate his kiss with Demi was.
Was there any
More than a peck. More than a peck.
More than a peck? Was it like ours?
And Taylor over here is going, what in the spooky Mormon hell is going on here? But okay, then the results come in and it's revealed that no one had sex with anyone in this situation, but sexual touching on the other hand?
Inconclusive.
Wait, what?
And then Jesse fails more questions, like whether she lied about the Marciano situation at all, or if she's ever told any lies about Demi, and we just get a string of...
What? What?
Jesse.
What?
But then, Jordan, her husband, calls, and she runs right out of there away from Marciano, but...
We had to wait to get the results. It took like an hour and a half to get them.
You're at dinner with him right now. Don't you think you should have told me you were going to dinner with him?
So Jordan is pissed, and Taylor's still thinking, something's missing here. So she gathers all the ladies once more to say, Jesse, it's time to tell the whole truth, 'cause at least then we can help you. And it's here where Jesse reveals that Jordan has actually been emotionally abusive for a while, like before the affair.
Like it was a constant control. There's so many things I wasn't allowed to do, and if I did, it would be a fight. I didn't do anything right. Parenting, laundry, housework.
Which is
but I was
crazy, 'cause
doing
I'm
it
like,
all.
And through all of this, Jessie is the main breadwinner. She runs her salon business and does mom talk. But Jessie goes to meet with her husband to talk it all out, and Jordan is, well, really upset.
Our kids are gonna grow up with their mom being a cheater in life to the entire world because he had to go and make those accusations. This is exactly why I've treated you the way that I've treated you. Is the lack of accountability that you've had.
So yeah, this is not good. But with them all being connected to the Mormon church, there's a lot of pressure to stick things out. Meanwhile, Jordan has put together a barbecue to try and share his side of things with dad talk and mom talk. A barbecue that Jessie is also not invited to, so a lot of the women are there ready to defend Jessie, especially after the emotional abuse accusations. So now, mom talk is back in more drama and things are rough, no matter how hard they pray for it.
May mom talk and dad talk get along forever, amen.
Do we get along though?
And yeah, this is where I've ended things for now. I'll be back next week to finish this off, and if the preview for what's ahead is any indication...
She's actually dead to me.
The rest of the season's going to be immediately ridiculous too. Well, Secret Lives of Mormon Wives Season 3 has gone from wild to heavy.
And another time she goes, also he got uninvited because he's a sexual predator that can't keep his hands to himself, not because I'm hiding anything from my husband. He's a gliding clout chaser.
Remember her saying like, Dakota's so cute, I would totally date him if I could. Bitch, you tried. And guess what? You can have him now.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna get so messy.
I mean, drama is still everywhere. The theme of this season is still...
Drama, drama, drama.
But if you watched my last video on the season, you'll know the big topic here has been Jessie and her affair with Marciano from Vanderpump Villa, but also that Marciano allegedly had an affair with Demi, who everyone thinks is lying about the whole thing and orchestrating this attack on Jessie. And well, in this, accusations are going to be brought up, the word assault will be put out there, so just a heads up on that right now. Oh, and as for our mom talk leader, Taylor Frankie Paul, personally I was amazed that she had gone through the first few episodes all level-headed and pretty much drama-free, but now, after these latest episodes...
Yeah, well, not anymore!
but we'll get to that. So jumping off from my last video, and by the way, be sure to check that out if you haven't, Mom Talk has big news. A rep from Dancing with the Stars has been in contact with them, and they want the ladies to audition for the latest season, which has been a dream for Jen here, but word also gets around to Whitney, a villain from previous seasons who's sworn off Mom Talk, but now that Dancing with the Stars is in the picture, she's going,
"It's Brittany, bitch. And I am back."
So, why the am I filming?
Yeah. What changed?
So, I just found out if I came back to film, then I can audition for Dancing with the Stars.
And speaking of grand reappearances, we're also seeing Demi a whole bunch more. She too has sworn off the Mom Talk group, but now is out and trying to clear her name from all the news that she was the one who actually had an affair with Marciano. And things get heated between her and Jesse at an event they both show up for, when Demi insists that Jesse did have sex with Marciano not once, but twice. So Mom Talk is in rough waters. I mean, when is it not? But it feels like everywhere they go, there's either a Demi jump scare or a, well, Whitney jump scare, which a lot of people are cheesed about. Like, oh, Whitney just comes back as soon as a new opportunity arises and isn't going to be apologizing for joining Team Demi after all Demi has done to the group. And they tell Whitney, how can you side with her after all the things that she said about you?
The way that Whitney talks and changes her persona in the moment of like, I didn't know.
Yeah. Back off, she's unstable.
But Whitney feels like everyone's being hostile to her and not taking accountability for the things that they did, like how they all voted her back into Mom Talk, but no one was happy or enthusiastic about it. So now she's going,
because I'm gonna start my own Mom Talk, and hopefully, good hell. And
now things really start to heat up as the cast moves on to LA, where they're going to be doing promo for the release of Secret Lives Season 2. And at the same time, Marciano comes out with this post.
He said uninvited to the function because a 30-year-old Mormon wife scared to tell her husband the truth.
So then Demi starts going on a tear online saying Marciano's acting like a child because he couldn't bag a woman who's married and he's clout chasing. But the big point is this.
Also, he got uninvited because he's a sexual predator.
And okay, this is a complicated one, but essentially Demi has accused Marciano of assaulting her. Meanwhile, the rest of the Mom Talk group is suspicious of this, not just because they're anti-Demi, but because of some of the things she's said and done in the past and how she's talked with Marciano since that time. Which doesn't mean what she's saying isn't true, but Layla over here goes, well, didn't Demi admit to flirting with Marciano?
Like, I told you that I was flirty and like having fun, and I was there to connect with everyone there. Yeah. We stayed up late and played Truth or Dare. Like, I let Marciano kiss me on the cheek in Truth or Dare.
Meanwhile, Demi saying Jesse has it out for her and obviously went to Marciano like,
do you want to form an alliance with me? Absolutely, I do.
The most frustrating thing for me about all of this is the alliance that's been formed.
Then Demi talks about how all the other Mom Talkers were posting and making comments calling Demi a liar, and Macy here says, well look, we know Marciano and Jesse didn't have sex.
We did a lie detector test.
And okay, one of the other events that happens in LA, apart from the Dancing with the Stars interview, is this Hulu event where they meet a bunch of the cast of Vanderpump Villa who goes, oh, Marciano? That dude?
Could be the best guy on the whole entire world. Ain't my guy.
But even though they say he is a lot of things, they don't think he's a predator, which again doesn't mean he didn't do those things, but it's fueling the other Mom Talkers' distrust of Demi.
He told her he was like madly in love with her, and I just feel like
that night that she left, he goes, she just like is what I'm looking for. Like, she told me she wants to divorce her husband. I'm like, okay.
So Jesse and Demi decide to have a sit down and go over all this stuff to try and see if they can move past it. But the big revelation here is Jesse arriving with a series of texts Marciano gave to her between Marciano and Demi, including a part where she sent him a picture of her daughter praying or something, and that Demi's daughter FaceTimed him and had a pet name for Marciano named Martino. So Jesse's confused, saying, why are you having your daughter interact with this man? Plus, Demi was flirty and sexual with him.
There were like story replies where you're like, oysters taste like and there was like little water and like I have the text. I can show you.
Oysters taste like.
Now, another big event that follows, and a controversial one for one member of Mom Talk, is Stagecoach, which, as a guy who's watched a lot of The Bachelor, that word sends a chill down my spine. And everyone's upset because Demi made this huge post reaffirming her claims about Marciano and shaming everyone who's used their platform to victim blame her, which is obviously pointed at all the Mom Talk ladies. Plus, Taylor just found out a family member was diagnosed with leukemia, so she's in a bit of a sensitive place. And that, mixed with her seeing Dakota here, her baby daddy who she's sworn off of and set boundaries with after her therapy retreat, seeing him with a woman who's come up to flirt with him, well, let's just say the other guys didn't see Dakota go back to his room that night.
No, yes, we had sex, like, obviously, but...
So... sigh. We've seen Taylor go down this road before, and it's not ended well. Now she's getting closer and closer with Dakota again, but guess what? You won't believe what happens next. Yeah, you guessed it, we get more Dakota cheating allegations.
During one of the times they were broken up, Leanne's friend reached out to him and was just like checking in on him, and it kind of turned sexual.
Like he gave into it?
For a minute.
Well, it turns out that Dakota was sending flirty texts and photos with a woman whose name is bleeped out, but who happens to be a friend of Leanne's, Taylor's mom, and this is a woman who comes to family events. She's like a close family friend. So I was just watching like,
oh my gosh, this is gonna get so messy.
And apparently Dakota and this woman were set to meet up and, you know, but Dakota backed out at the last second cause it felt guilty and wrong. Now, of course, word eventually gets back to Taylor that something's happened with Dakota, so she pressures him and he tells her, which leaves Taylor absolutely shocked.
Because it's like a fourth girl, he was like a fourth one, dude, like, I'm so sorry. I'm thinking back to like our family parties. Well, I'm pregnant. There's like a picture of me, like, he's like holding my belly, and she's like right there.
So the whole family is livid with this woman and Dakota, and later on they'll get on the phone with her, but she denies everything. But okay, while they were filming this is also around the time that they filmed the season 2 reunion, where all those texts and receipts about Marciano and Demi come out, and now Whitney is having a hard time believing Demi. Like, she's going, if her husband opened her phone and saw all of that, what would he think? So she decides to sit down with Demi, who says, oh yeah, that FaceTime thing? Yeah, that was just my daughter asking who I was talking to, and she just ran over and instantly clicked FaceTime. Or that oyster comment thing is just how she is. She's crude and sarcastic. That's how she talks to everyone. Also, she says her husband, Brett, knows everything, and, you know, there's no right way to respond to these things. What about women who've been in these situations and stayed with that person for a long time after? Which is absolutely a valid point. Still, Whitney's going,
does that actually make sense to you? Oh, this is such an uncomfy conversation, if I'm being honest with you. Uncomfy. It's making me uncomfy.
Meanwhile, Michaela, who herself has a history of being abused at a young age, in all of this, she's having trouble with intimacy with her husband, and they're having to go to couples therapy. And Macy, who also herself has a history of being abused, is now diving into support of a Utah Pride event.
In light of all the recent anti-LGBTQ legislation that passed in Utah, Mom Talk wants to make sure that we are supporting our community, and so we want to throw a little Pride event. Me and Jacob are both active members of the LDS Church. However, we do not stand with the church's stance on going against the LGBTQ community.
As for Jessie, her and Jordan's 90-day trial separation comes to an end, and they decide that they want to stay together. Oh, and Layla, her storyline is pretty much she's dating Mason here, who's the brother of her ex, Chase. Is it weird? Absolutely. Do Layla and Mason talk about that weirdness? Not really. Oh, and speaking of Chase, I almost forgot. Another point in the Demi thing is people questioning her after this moment with Chase from the Halloween party in season 2.
Girlfriend's literally crying and just left, so I would take, like, that's probably...
Where's your husband?
He's upstairs. Don't touch me again.
Yeah.
I want to have a word with Chase.
Me?
He just laid his hands on me.
What the hell?
Yeah.
So yeah, with this, other mom talkers are saying if she blew that out of proportion, well, who's to say this is different?
It's inappropriate of you to lie about a situation that didn't happen to me.
About Chase? He touched me.
No one's arguing that. That versus a shove is so different. I don't know how you're not understanding that.
A shove is a shove. A shove could be this. A shove could be this.
So we're back to it is being a shove.
But Whitney here decides she still wants to be there for her friend. And with her getting the Dancing with the Stars gig along with Jen, and actually having some solid time with Taylor, she's now on a mission, pun intended, to bring Mom Talk back together.
I do this too, so I'm gonna be a little bit of a hypocrite right now. But it's like, sometimes it's not always about being right and just wanting to understand.
Wait, what? Whitney? Being level-headed? But I don't know though, Demi is real heated after that shoving argument with Miranda, and she's got her husband on the phone like the two worst people you know validating each other going, exactly.
That's a typical response from somebody who's so deeply rooted in white trash. I mean, she is disgusting. To perpetuate, see what it's doing to you, and for them to have all the facts on their side, them.
Yeah.
Still, Whitney and Taylor and the group managed to gather for a big happy healing moment to go.
We listen and we don't judge.
And also,
I'm sorry that people are so jealous of me. But I can't help it that I'm popular.
Why does this feel like Mean Girls? Yeah, like when they do their thing and then it's like, hey, trust fall. Can we do a trust fall like Mean Girls?
I'm sorry everybody hates me. I'm just so popular. Move for me.
And while people like Jen and Jesse still don't trust or fully understand Demi's actions, they agree that sometimes a trauma response isn't always something you or others can understand.
At the end of the day, I just regret that we let a greasy man come in between us. I'm ready to drop the hostility and just start new.
So yeah, kinda wild that we've gone from to now these two hugging it out. Just hold on a minute, I gotta go look outside my window for a sec to see if it's raining locusts or something. And so Mom Talk is back to almost kinda normal. They even do their first trend as a group in like forever.
You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
That's good.
But alright though, to finish off the season, we have one last meeting. This one is between Taylor and Chase, who was involved in a lot of drama with Taylor, especially around the swinging scandal where he's denied telling Taylor that he ever had feelings for her. So here, he tells Taylor that he's broken up with his girlfriend, and Taylor tells him that she's done with Dakota, cause, you know.
You remember my mom's friend from the gym?
Oh, I saw her like a week ago.
Yeah. Tell the bitch I said hi and that she's dead.
And now there's this strange vibe in the air, like, are these two gonna, is this gonna?
Should we kiss for old time's sake?
Oh boy, maybe it won't be Dakota coming to crash her season of The Bachelorette. Maybe it's gonna be Chase.
Oh my gosh, this is gonna get so messy.